Hey, welcome to EPN. My name is Victor Lucas, and we bring you the latest in everything cool every single day, thanks in a large part to our pals at the VFS School of Game Design. Thank you so much, VFS. Now, this rundown is dedicated to Matthew Jacobs, who just celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday, buddy. We got you this beautiful rundown to unwrap. Lara Croft is embarking on a new adventure to a cinema near you. Take a look at the first trailer for the new Tomb Raider movie featuring Oscar winner Alicia Vikander as iconic video game treasure hunter Lara Croft. The new movie is a reboot of the film series and as such is based primarily on the 2013 reboot of the game series, with Lara traveling to a treacherous island off the coast of Japan to find treasure and uncover the secrets of what happened to her long-lost father. Visually speaking, the new movie looks very similar to the game, although judging by the trailer, it looks like they've changed the tone a bit to make it more lighthearted and adventurous and not quite as dark and gritty.
I'll take two.
This obviously isn't the first movie based on the Tomb Raider franchise. Angelina Jolie starred as Lara Croft in two movies in the early 2000s, which were made during the craze surrounding the original Tomb Raider games. The first of those films is actually still the highest-grossing film based on a video game at the domestic box office, if you adjust for inflation, so the makers of the new movie are hoping for the same success. I don't expect the new movie to be quite as campy, though. As countless adaptations over the years have shown, it's notoriously difficult to turn a video game into a movie. Almost all of them are total crap, and we're still waiting for the first truly great one. We'll find out if the new Tomb Raider can pull it off when it jumps into theaters in March 2018. Speaking of badass female action heroes, the original Sarah Connor has been tracked down by the Terminator. Terminator 1 and 2 star Linda Hamilton is set to reprise her role as Sarah Connor in the upcoming reboot of the franchise. That's according to Terminator creator James Cameron, who's serving as a producer on the new film. He tells The Hollywood Reporter that the time is right for Hamilton to come back to the series. She's been absent since Terminator 2, and her character has been portrayed by several different actresses since she left. I guess you could say that the Terminator had to go through a lot of different Sarah Connors to find the real one. It comes as a bit of a surprise that Cameron wants to work with Linda Hamilton again. They were briefly married in the mid-90s after meeting on the original films, but had a very public falling out and divorce soon after. I guess time heals all wounds.
You're terminated, fucker.
There's another reason Cameron wants her back for the new film. He says it will be a huge political statement to have an aging female action star like Hamilton appear on the big screen. He says that there are plenty of aging male actors who headline big action movies, but there really isn't an example of that for women, so he hopes this will change that. Cameron has always been a fan of strong female characters and isn't afraid to say it, although sometimes it causes controversy. Last month, he publicly criticized the new Wonder Woman movie, calling it a step backwards because of how, in his words, it objectified lead actress Gal Gadot. He contrasted that with Linda Hamilton's version of Sarah Connor, saying that she was a strong character but never overtly sexualized, and unlike Wonder Woman, she had character flaws that made her more realistic. Audiences will get to judge for themselves if Sarah Connor is better than Wonder Woman when the new Terminator arrives.
Come with me if you want to live.
As for what the story will entail, the new movie is expected to disregard the events of all the recent sequels and instead be a direct follow-up to Terminator 2. Along with Hamilton returning as Sarah Connor, Arnold Schwarzenegger will be back as the titular killer robot, and with Cameron producing, the film will be helmed by Deadpool director Tim Miller. Expect to see it in theaters in 2019. You'll be able to jump into the vast world of Final Fantasy XV with your friends this Halloween. Square Enix has announced that the long-awaited multiplayer expansion for the game will hit all platforms on October 31st, almost a year after the original game was released. Players will be able to create their own custom characters and join forces with up to 3 of their friends, and then take on new missions where they try to track down Noctis, the protagonist from the single-player game. Square Enix is putting a strong emphasis on character customization, allowing you to hone unique skills and abilities, and because it's coming out on Halloween, you can dress up your character however you want. The main Final Fantasy XV story is all about friendship between Noctis and his buddies, so it makes sense that the multiplayer will let you explore the same world with your buddies. Comrades will be available to buy on its own or included as part of the game's $33 season pass. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is getting its most bloody and violent story yet. Netflix has released the first full trailer for The Punisher, their new original series set within the MCU, Jon Bernthal reprises the role from Daredevil Season 2, with the show exploring the backstory that turned his character from a Special Forces operative into the revenge-fueled vigilante that comic fans know and love. He's out to avenge, but that doesn't make him an Avenger. Unlike almost all the other heroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Punisher isn't afraid to kill people, and because Netflix isn't constrained by broadcast censorship, you can expect the show to be the most violent yet. There have been several different Punisher movies, but none of them really captured the tone of the comics, so fans are hoping that Netflix will finally do the character justice. It will be available to binge watch before the end of the year. Gaming is becoming a bigger and more important part of Microsoft. The tech giant has announced that Xbox head Phil Spencer is taking on a new and more powerful role at Microsoft. He's now the executive vice president of gaming for the entire company and not just the Xbox division, which means he'll be in charge of leading Microsoft's gaming business across all their different devices and services. This indicates that Microsoft and its new CEO Satya Nadella are taking gaming more seriously and are looking to emulate the success of the Xbox platform in other areas of the company. Phil Spencer himself says that this shows a great commitment on Microsoft's part to the opportunities that gaming provides. After he took control of the Xbox division in 2014, the Xbox One and Xbox Live have become more integrated with Windows 10, so expect to see more gaming integration in Microsoft devices and software moving forward.
We believe that games, like books, movies, and music, should be celebrated and enjoyed by countless generations.
Nintendo may have hidden a very touching tribute to late CEO Satoru Iwata in the Nintendo Switch. Earlier this week, hackers discovered that every single Nintendo Switch includes an emulator to run classic Nintendo games, and every unit also comes with a copy of the original NES game Golf pre-installed. There's no easy way to access it though, and now hackers may have discovered why. According to tech sleuths on the website switchbrew.org, and seen here in this video from YouTube user Fire3Element, the Golf emulator can only be accessed by holding the Switch Joy-Con controllers and recreating Iwata's signature hand gesture, which he often used in Nintendo Direct presentations. Don't bother trying it now though. The Golf emulator can only be accessed on a single day of the year, July 11th, the day Iwata sadly passed away. At the time we're filming this, Nintendo has yet to comment on the matter, but it makes sense that they'd want to include a tribute to their late CEO. Iwata was instrumental in the development of the Switch before he passed away, and as for why they'd use Golf to honor his memory, it was one of the first games he worked on when he started out as a programmer in the 1980s. That's it for our rundown today. If you'd like to learn more about game design, visit our friends at VFS.edu. We'll be back again tomorrow with a brand new episode. But in the meantime, we've got lots of other content for you to check out. If you like it, hit subscribe, okay?